Hello YouTube and Facebook family and friends. This is Keish and I'm doing my part 2 video of my Vipassana Noble Silent 10-day meditation retreat. I've been back for a couple of days since Sunday. Today I believe is today's Wednesday. And it took me a couple of days to be able to make the video for two reasons. One, I wanted to make sure that I acclimate myself back into everyday daily living after being secluded for such a long time. Also, having not spoken for 10 to 11 days consistently, it was kind of hard for me to string sentences together. And the experience was so overwhelming and so wonderful that I wanted to take a chance to be able to soak it all in with myself so that I could give you guys a clear overview of my personal experience with Vipassana meditation. First off, it was the most wonderful experience of my life. It was one of the most difficult things that I've ever had to do. It was very painful and very rewarding. And outside of giving birth to my son, the most wonderful, joyful experience that I had ever gone through. And of course, it sounds really strange that you would go through so much suffering and pain, even with the birth of a child, to go through suffering and pain and agony, and just to hold my son in my arms for that first time and see his eyes look up at me, and the overwhelming feeling of love and unconditional connection to another being. Me completing this meditation is the only time in my life I can remember having that exact feeling. With that being said, I just wanted to give you guys a little overview of how my time went there. First of all, the site where I was at was in Jessup, Georgia. Absolutely gorgeous country, wonderful, beautiful nature reserve setting. Very calm, very peaceful. The people were overwhelmingly considerate to all of your needs. The facility was A grade 1. I mean, from the bunks to the food was absolutely exceptional. Like a top chef was making it, even though it was like vegan or vegetarian the entire time. You never ever felt that the food wasn't adequate. The staff was very, very attentive, and the teaching with the teachers and the assistant teachers was exceptional. So those things, A+. I have no problem telling you that if you were to go to this particular facility, everything is A+ and on time. I thought that the most difficult thing for me going to this retreat was going to be that I would actually have to be silent and not be able to speak for the 10 days. I was so wrong. The silence was difficult, but in some way, I kind of prepared myself for the fact that I wasn't going to be able to talk. I also prepared myself for the fact that it was going to be painful, because when you're sitting in a lotus position for hours on end, 8 to 10 hours a day, of course, all your muscles and aches and pains and everything happens. So I even prepared myself for the physical pain that I was going to endure. I did not, however, prepare myself for how mentally exhausting it was going to be. It was so mentally exhausting to the point to where I almost left twice. From day 1 to day 3, basically you're sitting in meditation between 8 and 10 hours a day, and all you're doing is observing your breath, like how your breath comes in and out of your nose, around this area of your nose, sensations of breath, and you're just breathing in and out normally, and you're observing the breath. Now, let's put that into perspective. We're sitting in a lotus position in a quiet hall, and you're breathing in and out, and you're told to concentrate on breathing on your breath that comes in and out of this area only, just this area only. That was 30 hours of that. 30 hours. The first full 3 days, that's all you did. 30 hours of observing breath. By day 3, I was so over observing breath. I was ready to go. I got to get out of here. I'm going insane. These people are crazy. I can't do this. I can't just keep sitting in this position. I have no idea why I'm doing this. It doesn't seem to be benefiting me in any way. And I need to get out of here. That was my thought on day 3. So you're not allowed to talk to anybody. It's about 150 people there. Men are separated from the women, even in the meditation hall. But you can talk to the counselors if you have a problem with your dorm or something, but you can only talk to the teacher if you have a problem with the technique and what's going on. So I had my meeting with the teacher and I said, listen, I can't do this. And she says to me, well, you know, you haven't even learned how to do Vipassana meditation yet. The first 3 days are very difficult. Give it one more day. So I said, okay, I give it the next day. So you don't start learning actual Vipassana technique until day 4. On day 4, I was elated. It was like, okay, yes, I'm learning this. I was learning the technique. Everything was going well. You hit ups and downs. I had become accustomed to the 1-hour sits. But once we got into day 4 and 5, and then we got into sitting for 2 hours and 3 hours at a time, it was very, very overwhelming for me. So I got to the point where I was really frustrated. I didn't think I was progressing in the technique. Some things I didn't understand. And by day 6, I was like, listen, I'm so over this. I am really out of here. I have got to go. It's not benefiting me. It's not helping me. It's frustrating me. So again, you know, I had my interview with the teacher and I told her the struggles that I was going through. And she said to me, she gave me some advice and told me some stories and things about her, you know, travel on the path to Vipassana meditation. And she says, well, listen, give it one more day. If everything, you know, it's not, you know, the techniques I gave you are not working for you or whatever, then you can make the decision on day 7. So day 7 came. I applied the technique that she gave me on day 7. And, you know, from there, I began to progress and I began to grow and have more understanding. I'm so very, very grateful that I did stay, because I did not really get my epiphany and get my release and my overwhelming abundance and love for this meditation technique until day 9. Now, day 9 was a very pivotal, emotional day for me. And let's just say this. I don't believe in coincidences. I never have. When I started to schedule my Vipassana meditation treatment, you know, the classes fill up really quickly because they're free. I started looking in January and all the classes were full, waiting list, 20 people, things of that sort. So when I finally got a spot that I didn't have to work and, you know, the classes weren't full, I applied for it. Now, it just so happened this was the first available slot and they accepted me in this slot. I did not, however, realize until 1 week before I left for the meditation retreat that during the retreat, it would be the 17th anniversary of the death of my mother. And let's say this, I have not been the most mentally stable when it comes to losing my mother for the past 16 years. As a matter of fact, for the first 7 to 8 years after she was gone, I went into full out depression for about 90 days out of the year for every year. My mother passed away on April the 7th. Mother's Day then comes around on May, and then my birthday and her birthday both come in June. So, and we celebrated our birthdays together every year until her passing. So basically I was depressed April, May, and June of every year for the last 16 years, even to the point where I robbed my own children of being able to celebrate Mother's Day with me. And I have not celebrated my birthday in that time either. Now, on day 9, it was the 17th anniversary of the passing of my mother. And for the first time in 17 years, I can actually say I was not in mourning. I was not sad. I was not guilty. I felt the most wonderful release of pressure and anxiety and guilt and all of these things that I thought that I had handled so many years before that I really had not. Through this wonderful meditation technique and the training that I was able to apply, I was lifted and elevated from this depression. And I can say in 17 years, I felt nothing but joy and peace and harmony. And it was the most overwhelming feeling like I said, since I had given birth to my son, of love and compassion and understanding. And I can truly say that I am blessed that I had this opportunity. I am grateful for those who are teaching this meditation technique. I am indebted and in service, and will go back and serve and volunteer for other people to be able to go to Vipassana and learn this meditation technique to elevate yourself from misery, to bring yourself out of these depressions and stresses of the world, and to be able to share that with everyone that I love and I know, and even those that I don't that watch this video. Please, if you're thinking about it, find the 10 days. It's 10 days out of your life that will change your life in a positive way forever. Now, everybody gets something different out of it. I was blessed that I was able to receive this gift, and I was able to understand this technique and apply it to my life. Now I'm home. I'm applying it to my life daily. I'm getting positivity out of it, natural results, wonderful days, wonderful joy, happiness, and peace. No more anger, no more suffering, and able to understand that everyone that I encounter has not had this technique, so they don't understand how to deal with their misery and their anger and their pain. But I, myself, know how to react if it's necessary, not to react if it's necessary, and still be within myself peaceful and compassionate and loving. I just want my friends and family to know that I love you all, and I really, really recommend for everyone to be able to take this 10-day course at least once in their lifetime. Give it a shot. It's so worth it. I mean, you spend 6, 7, 8 days on vacation where you spend money and go to a beach and go swimming, and then you go right back to the same grind and then right back to the same stress and everything that you left. What did you gain? What positivity is going to carry from that vacation into the rest of your life that's going to improve the rest of your life? If you can find the 10 days, please go. It has helped me. It has improved my life tremendously. And I know that it will do the same for you. And until then, be happy, be blessed, be in harmony, and just may all beings be happy. Thank you. I love you all.